Welcome back to the Media Unrestricted podcast. I'm Dylan.
I'm Chase.
And we're just going to jump right into it here. And our first topic of this week is the Michael Keaton. There's been rumors going around that he's going to have a series of movies for himself in the DCEU. But according to some people, that's not accurate.
Yeah.
What it is he's going to be in one movie playing Batman, and that's going to be the 2022 Flash movie.
Which they talked about before.
Yeah, they've talked about before.
Yeah. But I know what you're saying, that people think that he may become, I guess, like the, maybe the main, like, replacing Ben Affleck. Which, no matter what in the whole thing, it's just going to be cool just to see Michael Keaton back as Batman. Because he's, I don't think he's yours, but I know he's my favorite Batman. But how I think the whole thing is going to work, I think he is going to set up Batman Beyond. If they would do a story in the Batman Beyond, he'd be the old Bruce Wayne. But I think that's how it's going to go. I don't know how if you know how you think it's going to go, but that's how I see them going with it, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's what I think too. I honestly don't have very much of. I don't really have a whole lot of an opinion on this because there isn't much info out there about it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's cool that he's gonna be in the Flash movie. I kind of assumed that because I think
They said it before. He was.
Bruce Wayne's dad, played by Jeffrey Dean Morgan, might be Batman in that too, because it might be Flashpoint.
Yeah.
At some point in that movie, we don't know yet though.
We don't know yet, but I mean, it's gonna be cool to see him back as Batman again. I think that would be something really cool to see.
Yeah, and the next topic is Chase actually read this comic right here called Batman 3 Jokers, and he's going to tell you about it.
Yeah. It just came out not that long ago. Well, I read the graphic novel. The comics, I think, been out for a few months. But all this Batman is pretty good. I enjoyed it, what I read. It's a adult, actually, story, because one of the Jokers, I'm not going to say which, gets shot in the head by the Red Hood, shoots him in the head. But more or less, kind of what this story is all these 3 Jokers are from different times in the story, like his past. Like the middle one, I think, is the Golden Age. The next, this one on the far right is from Killing Joke, and then the other one is from, I can't remember which one that one's from, but they're all like different, like the comedian, the all the different things. It's kind of like, I guess, how people would say the Walking Phoenix Joker, how there can be different ones. But I really enjoyed this story. Like I said, it was more adult, so I mean there was violence and everything. It's definitely, if you're looking for a good Batman thing to read, I definitely recommend it. Just to seeing how they, because like I said, I feel like one Joker would kind of be like Jack Nicholson, and then one would be, well, we really haven't had a comedian one, so I guess maybe Joaquin Phoenix, and one would maybe be like Jared Leto's, maybe. I don't know, they didn't kind of do a thing, but I definitely recommend it if you can get yourself a hands on a copy. Check it out, it's pretty good. Definitely want to see Batman more in the adult time frame, not like in this kiddish, I guess, stuff. It's more adult. It actually says on the back 17 plus, so definitely recommend checking out the story. I think it's definitely worth a read.
All right, and with that, we're going to move on to the next topic, and that is the Suicide Squad has finally it's been released, like, what the rating for the movie is going to be. And James Gunn himself says it right here on Twitter that it's rated R.
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the Suicide Squad from, I'd say
2016.
Yeah. It's wasn't a bad movie, but I didn't enjoy. I think the rated R thing kind of messed it up. But I think it's going to be... I think the Suicide Squad's going to be great, to be honest. The trailer looks awesome, and I think the rated R is just kind of what we needed for it.
Do we know if it takes place in the DCEU at all?
I
think so.
I would assume, because, I mean, it's the same Harley Quinn, and isn't there someone else that's the same? Isn't Captain Boomerang the same?
I think so, yeah. But I think also... Deadshot is supposed to be in it, but I think it's not Will Smith because he didn't want to come back for it.
No, I think it's Idris Elba.
Yeah, it's Idris Elba, but I think it's supposed to be the same Deadshot.
Okay.
But Will Smith just didn't want to come back for it.
I don't know how they're treating the new Suicide Squad, but I think it's gonna be great no matter what, and I'm glad it's rated R because I think kind of the Birds of Prey. I mean, it went rated R. I don't know if I could say it did it good, but I mean, I think the rated R DC is something we do need for the future. For like maybe Batman, if we can ever get that territory.
Yeah.
But I think rated R, and see how it goes too. I think rated R could be the future of DC if they could.
Oh yeah, I totally agree with that. And with that, we're going to move on to the next topic, and that is, over the last or a few days ago, we got a few more promo pictures from the Uncharted movie starring Tom Holland.
Yeah, it was actually released during in the new year.
Yeah,
actually brought
and we're going to show you them on screen here. This is from the Uncharted movie's Twitter over at Uncharted movie on Twitter. You got what looks like some sort of cross key thing.
Yeah.
Here on top of a map, which I'm sure will probably be an integral part of the story. Next picture, it looks like probably either Nathan Drake or what's his name, Sully's hand maybe, because they're young in this movie.
Yeah. I think it's Nathan.
It probably is. Yeah, putting the key into like a lock. And then the next one here, you have what looks to be like a Spanish conquistador or whatever with his cross shield and horse. They've got some cobwebs on it. Then you see a chest with what looks like gold and stuff in it.
And like a skeleton.
Yeah, it looks like a skeleton of some sort right here. Don't know like what kind or what that is.
There's some animal up there because there's a thing
Yeah.
there too.
Yeah, like this is probably just like some set pieces for some crypts and stuff later on in the movie. And then the last picture they have is a map right here, which has the compass rose planted somewhere in Africa. We don't know like what
All of it means.
Yeah, what any of this map means. We don't know like what these individual little dots here mean, or why the compass rose itself is situated in Africa, or just the fact that why. Like for me personally, a thing that kind of throws me off is why the United States looks like this on the map, because that's not what it looks like. Maybe it's because this map was made before the United States was discovered.
Maybe.
And people just had a rough outline of what the world looked like.
Yeah.
Because this landmass, right? I guess that's supposed to be Australia, but Australia isn't that close to like the Philippines and stuff. So
I don't know.
that's weird to me.
I guess we'll have to wait till 2021 to figure that out. But
Yeah.
I mean, I saw on the quote on the side, and I think that kind of tells the story that we probably both want. It said, "Please don't be shit." So I mean, I think we can both agree. Let's hope this Uncharted movie isn't shit because it's something I've been looking forward to, and I think it could be really something cool.
Yeah,
I think it could maybe could be the best video game movie. I know it's probably pushing it, but I mean,
not really. I mean, we haven't had like an amazing video game movie. We had Sonic, which was really good.
Which was good. That's probably one of the.
It's the best right now.
Yeah,
I think.
so,
I think it was better than Detective Pikachu.
Well, I mean, hopefully maybe it will top it. I really do. I hope it maybe top it and be something really cool. I think it comes out this year, so we'll find out.
Yeah, and with that, we're gonna move over to television shows, and in particular, WandaVision. And it's come out that it's gonna have 9 episodes in the first season. If it's only gonna be like 1 or 2 seasons, I'm not sure, or how many seasons it's gonna be.
I think it's gonna be 1.
Its first and maybe only season is gonna be 9 episodes,
Which isn't bad.
which, as they remark in this article right here, it's 1 more episode than The Mandalorian has in each of its seasons. So it's pretty interesting.
So it's pretty about even. But I know me and you are both super excited for the show, and it comes out next Friday. Will be the first episode, and I can't wait to see it. Like I've told you, I'm ready for to get back to Marvel. It's been a while, and I'm ready for the continuation because this, I guess, would be the next phase.
Yeah.
Which is what, phase 4?
Yeah, I think so.
Phase 4. Yeah, but I think the show's gonna be great. I can't wait to see it. Like I said, I think it's only gonna be 1 season. I think all these Marvel shows, I think, are just gonna be 1 season.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. I don't know. They haven't said, but I can't wait for it starting next Friday, and I'm sure probably the next show after that, I'm sure we'll probably have a review for it, just like The Mandalorian. We'll probably review every episode and dive in and give you our thoughts on those.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it for like news for this week. What we're gonna be doing over the next few minutes is talking to you about the most anticipated TV shows of 2021, and then after that, we're gonna go over our most anticipated movies of 2021. But I should have said. But before that, we're gonna actually be talking about our our favorite movies of 2020 and our least favorite or most disappointing of 2020.
Yeah, and then I think we're also going to talk about if we had a favorite game of 2020.
Oh, yeah,
and,
that's right.
Yep, but let's get right into all the 2021 shows. Speaking of what we just were talking about, we have with Disney Plus and Marvel, we got WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Loki. Then we got Doug Days, which is the Up spinoff
that they announced at the Disney Investor Day.
Yeah, and then Hawkeye, which is actually is at the late. Which, if I had to, let's talk. Out of all the Marvel shows, which one are you most excited for, and which one is your? I mean, I guess the least, but like the one you're like, well, yes.
I'm most excited for probably WandaVision, and then I'm probably least excited for Hawkeye. That's mainly because Hawkeye was never my favorite character. And I always thought bow characters in TV shows and movies were kind of lame.
See, I think mine would be Loki and probably same thing, Hawkeye. But I think I'm still a little excited for Hawkeye. Just to see what they do. I just wish maybe we could have got a Ronin show. I think I could have gone maybe something with that. I know there can't probably much to do, but yeah. Was that all on the Disney Plus shows?
Yeah, that's all of them. I think that they have for 2021. All the other ones is What If scheduled for 2021 or is that 2022?
Yeah, it's 2022.
Yeah, I think that's it for 2021 in regards to those.
So I mean, a lot of good Disney Plus shows coming out from Marvel. So if you like Marvel, make sure you get subscribed to Disney Plus because it's worth everything you pay.
Yeah, and our favorite video game of 2020. What was yours?
Probably, if I had to say, Jedi Fallen Order.
Really?
I think that was 2020, right?
Yeah.
20, right? Yeah, I like that one. I like that one a lot. I thought that was fun. And to be honest, I really just can't think.
Was it 2019?
Honestly,
well, it doesn't have to be that it came out in 2020. It can be like the one you played the most or the one you enjoyed playing the most.
I'm going to say it was 2020, though. I thought it was like the beginning. 2020.
You can keep talking about it though. I'll look it up.
But I enjoyed the game a lot. I thought it was a lot of fun. I said I don't really remember any other games 2020. I didn't get to play the Miles Morales game yet, but I hope to soon. But yeah, I think yeah, Fallen Order probably for sure.
All right, and
I'd
probably say like I know this is gonna sound cliched or whatever. Mine's not like anything like that. Mine's Call of Duty Modern Warfare. As you know, like I played that probably the most out of any. Well, yeah, I play it pretty much every day. It's really fun, honestly. Like for people who haven't played it, obviously it's Call of Duty, but I mean it's.
You showed me that one mode I like where you're like it's where if you get attacked by someone, then you turn into what they are. I don't know what
Infected?
It was. Yeah, I thought that was fun.
It's fun.
Fun mode.
They have like all those game modes, and then they introduced Warzone this past year.
Yeah, you like that one.
Which has become like one of the biggest battle royales ever, and it's the only battle royale game I actually like. Like I don't.
Night sucks.
Well, I don't like Fortnite. I don't care for PUBG. Mainly because I just don't like those where you have to like.
Is PUBG?
It's considered like one of the first battle royales that got popular, like PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
I've never heard of the game.
I just don't like in that game how you have to like, or that and Fortnite, how you have to like find you have to find first aids and stuff. Yeah, like stupid. to heal up you gotta eat stuff and there's a timer of you drinking something. Yeah. They're called consumables or whatever. I just think that's dumb. Because in Call of Duty, like you get hurt and your health immediately comes back. Yeah. I mean, you have to find shields, but to me or you have to find armor plates, but to me that's different than finding a consumable. Because it takes a shorter amount of time to put on an armor plate than it does to consume something to heal up. But yeah, Call of Duty Modern Warfare is probably my favorite game that I've played this year. I know it came out in 2019. Jedi Fallen Order came out in 2019 too. I looked that up. But those are the games me and him played the most this year.
But you like Fallen Order, didn't you?
Yeah, I haven't finished it yet.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it for what it is.
Yeah, for what it's a fun Star Wars game.
It is.
If you're not looking for like the Battlefront is, like where it's just shooting. It's fun. It's a different.
Yeah, Battlefront 2 would have probably been my favorite game I played back in 2019.
Yeah,
because Battlefront 2, like they made it really good.
The story mode was really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess we'll go on to movies.
We have our list of our top movies of 2020 and our worst / most disappointing movies of 2020.
Yep.
Do you want to go first?
Sure. Do you want me to do top or worst first?
Oh, whichever.
How I did mine, I just did like all the movies I saw, and I just put them in a category of if I liked it, if I didn't like it. So if I'm gonna start with worst, I've got 5 for worst. I'll start from 5 to 1. Number 5 would be Birds of Prey. I don't think the movie's bad by any means. I just don't think it's really like something I need to watch like a lot. Number 4 would be, it was direct to DVD. Deep Blue Sea 3 came out. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't anything I could. I liked the first one a lot. The first one was good. The second one wasn't too bad. But the third one, I mean, it was good, just not anything to brag about. Number 3 was Bill and Ted. Face the Music. Like I said, I talked about it on the show before. I just thought the movie was okay. A lot of problems with the motion capture, not the motion capture, the
green screen.
Green screen. Yes, thank you. The green screen was bad, and it wasn't as what I was hoping it'd be. But number 2 could surprise people. Would be Onward. Just didn't like it. Not emotionally as good as I thought it should be. Story was not bad, just nothing to brag about either on that one. Tom Holland and Chris Pratt were good, just not Disney Pixar, just not their best. And number 1 is an obvious Fantasy Island. Movie's bad. How much more can I say? Look up reviews. It's bad. I'll let you go on yours if you have any.
My worst.
Well,
I named mine instead of just worst movies. I put worst / disappointing because they're on this list doesn't make them inherently like dog shit terrible.
Yeah, kind of just like mine.
But some of them they didn't meet my expectations of what I thought they should have been. Number 4 is Birds of Prey for the exact same reasons Chase said. It was good. Or it was decent, I should
just
say.
Not
it was decent.
Just
it's not
one you're gonna.
It's not top. It's not top tier DC.
Like you're gonna probably watch either like Shazam, or something else before you.
I mean, I had a good time with it, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman 84 was number 3 for me.
Yeah,
because yes, I gave it an 8 out of 10 whenever we reviewed it on the show, but it's just.
You were just disappointed.
Well, yeah, I was. I think I even said that during my review too.
You weren't the only one.
Should I have given it an 8 or maybe like a 7? Since I was disappointed.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people still liked it. They just weren't as.
That's what I said. A 7's a C still. I think I'll probably bump my grade down to a 7. Yeah. Because I'm thinking, I've been thinking about the movie ever since I watched it. And it's just like,
it's just one of those
and I've been like watching some stuff about explaining some things, and some of it doesn't really make sense when I think about it. Yeah. So I'm bumping my thing down to a 7. Like my enjoyment coming out of the movie was an 8, but just like thinking about it, it's bumped it down to a 7, and it's number 3 on my disappointing list. Number 2, you're probably going to disagree with me on this, but number 2 I have Becky.
Okay.
Because like I understand like the premise is like what was it was
Home Alone meets adults.
Home Alone. It's a girl Home Alone basically.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's a girl version of Home Alone in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
But like I feel like making it just about that house and the woods surrounding it really limited what the movie could do. I understand that's what Home Alone did, but Home Alone they showed a lot of shots like away from the house too.
Mm-hmm.
But Becky, they rarely went away from the home.
Yeah.
Only in the beginning of the movie, like the first 10-15 minutes, is the only times when they went away from the house in the woods.
Yeah.
Because Becky and her dad were going to the house in the woods, and then it showed the shot of the convicts breaking out of their van, and then I guess just going to that house. And then the rest of the movie takes place at the house for like the last hour and a half, and I don't know. It's just like, I mean, the practical effects were pretty cool, but I don't know. I just feel like not a whole lot went on, if that makes sense. Like, yes, she kills. This is a spoiler alert. I don't care. She kills all of them, and like, I feel like they didn't really flesh out the convict characters that much either.
No.
Like, they're convicts, and they go to her house and kill all of her family, or kill her dad, and she kills them all. That's pretty much what the movie is.
Yeah.
Like, I understand what they're wanting to go for there. It just didn't work that well for me personally, but, it's whatever. Then number 1 is Onward. Like, I had high hopes for that movie because the trailer looked so good. Like, the trailer looked like it was going to make you cry and stuff.
Yeah.
But just, like, watching the movie and then coming out of the movie, it's just, like, it was so disappointing. I don't even know, like, there weren't even really anything in the movie that they could have improved on.
Yeah.
Like, it's just the movie from top to bottom wasn't great.
Yeah, just the emotional level was not there.
Well, they didn't flesh anything out enough, really.
Definitely where, like, at the end, where you feel like you should be getting a little bit emotional, it doesn't even happen.
Well, I think the thing is, they want us to get emotional about the dad, but they didn't give us any reason to feel attached to the dad.
Mm-hmm.
Because they started the movie off with like, the kid, I'm pretty sure they started the movie off with the kids already as teenagers.
Yeah.
And they talked about their dad in passing, and how great of a dad he was and all this stuff. But were they expecting us to...
I guess just...
were they expecting us to connect with that somehow? Like, were they expecting us to feel sympathy for them because their dad's gone and how great of a guy he was and stuff? Like, we need more than that. Like, show them growing up with him there, and him raising them.
Yeah.
And them spending some time with them. Maybe then we'd connect with the dad.
Yeah.
But we didn't. We just saw pictures of him.
Yeah.
And then they talked about him in passing.
Yeah.
Which I think was partly the big reason why the movie didn't really work. Because the whole movie is about the dad. They're trying to bring him back. They're trying to find like crystals and shit. Like an ancient crystal to bring him back. But we don't have any connection to the dad. So the movie just pretty much falls flat from there.
Yeah. I agree 100%.
And then, okay, that's it for that. Okay. I'm sorry if I ranted a little bit, but it's just that movie was bad.
True. It's true.
But we're going to move on to the top, and I'm going to let Chase tell you his.
Okay. I'll start from 9 to 1. 9 would be have Becky. Like Dylan said, I agree with some of the things. I just had a good time with it. That's why it's... I mean, like I said, it's at the top, so I mean, that doesn't mean I would give it high thing. I mean, if you have nothing to do and you're just looking for... you would just scroll by and you see it on there. Definitely give it a watch if you're looking for something a little bit more adult. Number 8 is Trolls World Tour. I had a good time with the movie. I know the trailers were pretty bad for the movie, but I like the Trolls movies more or less just because of Anna Kendrick, because she's... Anyways, but it was just a fun movie. I had a good time with it. Number 7 is Wonder Woman 84. Everything with Dylan says, I agree. It was more, like you said, disappointed than... Because the first trailer, it was great. I think it had high hopes to be one of the best. But it just... I just don't think it did what the trailers were going to show. I think really what hurts it is the less action, more talk. I think we needed a little bit more action. But, I mean... I don't think it's the worst, but I wouldn't say it's in my top 3 either of DC movies. Number 6 is Scoob. I don't know if you got to see that one. That one was good. I enjoyed it. I actually cried like a bitch at the end. Not gonna say what happened, but it was hard. Number 5 is Underwater. I know that came out last year in January, which is the tough time for movies. But I just saw it on Blu-ray when we were on lockdown, and I had a good time with the movie. I thought it was really, really good. Deals with like Cthulhu and everything. Kristen Stewart was in it. I thought it was just a fun time. It was suspenseful. It just had you on the edge of your seat, and I just definitely recommend that one a lot. Number 4 is Sonic. That was what? February, March.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a fun time.
Might have been Valentine's Day, I think.
Yep, I think you're right. That was a fun time. When I saw it on Blu-ray for the second time, I had a better time I did actually on the first watch. I like that one. I think Jim Carrey was great. I can't remember who voiced Sonic, but I thought he was good.
Ben Schwartz.
Yeah, and then the dude that was he went to the guy that was the cop.
I don't remember his name.
I can't remember his name. I can see his face. I just can't remember his name is. Just overall, Sonic was just a fun time, and I agree with Dylan what he says. Best video game movie probably for all time. Next would be Freaky at 3. Freaky was a great movie to come back to the theaters. I thought the kills were good. I just thought the story was, it's been done before, but I think they did it in a fun, good way. Vince Vaughn was awesome. Catherine Newton was good. Just definitely, like I said, these are the movies I high recommend. Number 2 was Invisible Man. Invisible Man was in February, and we saw that in IMAX, and I enjoyed the hell out of that movie. I think a lot of people do, actually. It was very good, and I hope a sequel can possibly come out of it. I don't know if it will, but I hope it does. And number 1, which was a surprise movie I never would have thought when I started the year it would be, is Bad Boys for Life. Bad Boys for Life was awesome. Will Smith, Martin Lawrence back at it, doing the same thing. The comedy was fun. Action was great. Overall, the story was good too. And I can't wait for Bad Boys 4. I think it comes out in 2 years, so I can't wait for that. That's my top movies. A lot of surprising movies I didn't think would get the numbers they got whenever we started the year. But overall, low number of movies, but still some good ones there.
All right, my top ones here. My list is kind of like his, but mine's kind of mixed around. Number 5 for me is Bad Boys for Life. For Chase said a lot of it. Like, it was a good movie. Didn't expect it to be as good as it was. Like, for the third one in the franchise and a movie that came out like 20 years after the second one,
yeah,
you wouldn't really expect much.
But I think emotion in it.
Well, I think it's got potential to be considered the best one in the franchise. But it's up to how people feel about it. My number 4 is Sonic. It was a good movie, definitely worthy of the top 5. Best video game movie they've made so far.
Yeah, and I can't wait for I forgot to say I can't wait for the sequel.
Because yes, it's a kids movie, but there are also references in there that the old heads like me, Chase, and a lot of the other fans that grew up with Sonic would understand.
And how it ends, the end credit scene.
Yeah,
is awesome.
Number 3, like Chase, it was Freaky. It was a great movie. You don't really expect much from it, but it was from the director of Happy Death Day, so you can expect a little bit of good quality. He makes great movies. Number 2 was Invisible Man, just like Chase's.
What the fuck is his number 1?
And that was a great movie too. And my number 1 is Soul.
Oh, yeah.
And I think without a doubt, Soul is the best movie that's come out this year. Soul on Disney Plus. Just about a man's journey through the afterlife, how he doesn't want to die yet. He wants to go back to Earth and live through his passion. It's just a great movie all around.
Yeah,
and now, we're going to move on to our most anticipated movies of 2021. And
look at that list, folks.
Yeah, those are all the movies.
We'll just see. Let's just see how many of these films we get. I'll let you start on this one.
Okay. I'm going to start from 10 and go to 1. For me, the number 10 most anticipated movie of 2021 is Space Jam 2. I was always a fan of the original with Michael Jordan. It was really funny. I love that movie. And I'm curious to see what I think it's being directed by Ryan Coogler, the guy who made Black Panther.
Yeah.
And LeBron James. So I'm interested to see where they go with that. Number 9 for me is Kong vs. Godzilla, because I've liked what they've done since the 2014 Godzilla movie, like this MonsterVerse or whatever they're called, the Universal. Is it Universal?
No, it's just the MonsterVerse.
The MonsterVerse, yeah.
Universal, like Invisible Man and stuff.
Because it's like King Kong and Godzilla and all those other kaiju.
Yeah.
Like what they're doing with that, it's really interesting to me. Number 8 is the new Suicide Squad movie. I can't wait for that. It looks like it's going to be great, especially with that R rating that we talked about. Like they're going to be able to curse, take full advantage of like blood, violence, people dying and stuff. Yeah. It's going to be great. Number 7 is Black Widow. We've been waiting for that to come out for like what feels like 2 years now. But I think it's only been like a year because I think it was supposed to
come out last year.
It was supposed to come out May 2020.
Now we're getting it in May.
It was May 2020.
Now we're getting it in May of 2021.
Yeah, so it's getting like a full year delay. They originally had it coming out on May 2020, and I think they were going to delay it to October 2020, but then they found out that things weren't going to be back to normal by then, so they just said, whatever, we're going to do more work on it or just have it sit on a shelf for another full year. Number 6 is Morbius. I'm really interested to see how that ties into... it's a Sony Spider-Man villain created by Sony, but the last scene in the trailer looks like it may connect to Tom Holland's Spider-Man because it looks like Michael Keaton as Vulture. So that'll be interesting to see where it goes because there was also a Spider-Man reference in that trailer because you had a picture
on the wall.
Because I think they said it was an image from the game that they took from the game. Number 5 is Venom 2. We've seen pictures and stuff like that from the set of Woody Harrelson's Carnage and his character Cletus Cassidy. Yeah. Just like out in the roads and stuff. And I'm interested to see how Carnage is going to be in that movie. Number 4 is Uncharted. We've been talking about that a lot on the show because it looks like it's going to be really, really... From what we've seen, it looks like it might be good. Yeah. Tom Holland is a pretty good choice for Nathan Drake.
You know our feelings on Sully, but...
Yeah. Number 3 is Halloween Kills. Because we all know that I think they have planned that the year after that's going to be Halloween Ends. Yep. Because did they film them back to back? I thought I heard that.
They're back to back.
Yeah. So the end of this like new trilogy that's supposed to be like a continuation of the 1978 one. But I'm looking forward to that. Number 2 is Eternals. Because how it's going to deal with like cosmic forces and like stuff like that. It's got a lot of big name celebrities. I think Angelina Jolie. Kumail Nanjiani, like the comedian. It's got a lot of other big names in it that I can't remember off the top of my head. But like it's not gonna. I don't know how much of a comedic movie this is gonna be, but I think it deals with some serious topics. Yeah. Because they're like celestials and eternals and like the big forces in the galaxy, like I forgot, like Eternity. Like they mentioned him in the Guardians of the Galaxy comic books and just like all of those guys. Then my number 1 is Spider-Man 3. Mainly because like there's been so much hype around it this year with all of the rumors and fan speculation that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are going to come back and all those other characters are going to come back. Like that's my most anticipated movie of this year just because like all the hype around it. It's got me super hyped for it. And you can couple that with the fact that I've loved all of Tom Holland Spider-Man movies, and I'm interested to see where they go with Spider-Man 3.
All right. For mine, I'll go 10-1. Mine, number 10 is Dune. That first trailer I really enjoyed, and I can't wait to see what Dune's all about because I never read the book, haven't seen any of the originals, so I think that's where I'm going to make my starting point. Number 9, Space Jam 2. The first one is great. It's a good kid movie. And I'm just like, he said, I'm looking forward to see what LeBron does. I think they said they're going to bring some of the newer-ish, I guess, players into the movie, kind of like they did back then with that. But I think it's going to be fun. Number 8 is Black Widow. Like he said, we've been waiting over since last year, and I think the trailers have looked good. I can't wait to see Taskmaster out doing his thing, but I can't wait for that. May 7th. Number 6 is Ghostbusters Afterlife. I really enjoyed the trailer we got, and I was sad when we got it delayed, but I think because it's a continuation from two. So I just can't wait to see what goes on, because I know it's got the dude from Finn Wolfhard, I think's his name, from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be good. Number five, Venom 2. The first Venom movie is really, really good. I know a lot of people. I think people liked it. I think it was the critics one didn't.
Yeah.
Which was it? I think it was that. I can't wait to see what they do with Carnage. I don't really like the title of the movie.
What was it called?
Venom. There's going to be Carnage. That's just fucking lame.
That's too long of a title.
This is lame. But next would be number 4 would be Spider-Man 3. Everything Dylan says. If we're gonna have Tom Holland and Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire on one screen, that's just nerd paradise right there to happen. Number 3 is Morbius. Since that first trailer, I've been in it, and I've actually read some of the comics about Morbius, and his stuff is pretty good. I can't wait to see how that all ties in and see how it goes. Number 2, Halloween Kills. The first Halloween 2018 was great, so I can't wait to see this. I know I think yesterday they released a picture of showing Michael and like a full thing on the staircase, which looked pretty cool. Like kind of like the old from '78. I assume was kind of almost like where you're on the stairs.
Yeah.
And number 1, Kong versus Godzilla. You know how that one is. I can't wait for it. I'm still looking for a trailer to come out any moment, and I'll be talking about it when it first comes out. Like, I want to discuss that hell out of that thing.
Yeah.
But 2021, if we get all these movies, it's going to be a good year of movies. I want to get back to the movie theaters at full capacity and be with all the people, but it looks like it might not be happening like that. But 2021 can be the year of the movie. I just can tell.
Yeah, and I guess with that, we're gonna that's gonna be it for this episode.
Yep.
So thank you all for watching, and we'll be back next week with another one.
Yep. See you then.